Good, because Dr. Wiseman's here to see you.
Oh, Mrs. Morris, I can't see him.
You were quite happy enough to see him the last time I saw you.
Yeah, well, I don't want to now, or is that against some rule of yours?
You can't let stirrers like Gaffney upset you. Now, the sooner your problem's cleared up, the sooner you'll be free of any taunts.
I don't understand.
Suitable treatment and a favourable report from Dr. Wiseman could get you out of here. Don't you see that?
I'm going to be stuck in this place for years. Everyone knows that.
No, they do not. Now, if you could just stop feeling sorry for yourself and come to grips with your problem...
I'm not mad. I'm not. And I don't have to see that psychiatrist if I don't want to.
If you just see him for a few minutes...
Just leave me alone!
Well, at least you're giving them an option. That's an important part of choosing.
Tony, what brings you back again?
Tina Gibson. I heard she was getting out today, so I thought we'd try getting her for the house.
Talk about drumming up trade.
Yeah, we're getting all sorts. The council hearing on our licence is coming up, so we want it looking the best.
Well, I'll arrange for you to see her then.
It's already done, thanks. Here's Mrs. Powell for me now.
Well, I've got some bad news for you about Paddy Lawson. She refuses point blank to see you.
Did she give any reason?
Well, she didn't have to. One of the women has been goading her.
Damn. Makes it even more important.
Well, we can't make her see you against her will.
No, it wouldn't help anyway. No, we're going to have to try a bit of subterfuge, I think.
You said it was a visitor. I told you I didn't want to see him.
Now, just hold on. I know you said you didn't want any more treatment from Dr. Wiseman.
And I don't have to.
No, you don't. But Dr. Wiseman is just as entitled to visit a prisoner he has an interest in as anyone else.
You're trying to put one over me.
Nobody's trying to do that, Paddy, except maybe yourself. Now, if you don't want to see Dr. Wiseman, I suggest you have the guts to tell him face to face.
Hello, Paddy.
I don't want to see you anymore.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Yeah, well, I better get back to work.
Is your work all that urgent? Or are some of the women giving you a bad time?
What's that matter to you?
Well, I know at least one of them must be teasing you. I was just wondering why you'd let that stand in the way of living a normal life.
Who said I was?
You did, when you said you wouldn't see me again.
You don't know what it's like in here. Nothing's as easy as you make out.
Well, if this is going to be our last time together, maybe you'd like to explain some of it to me.
I suppose.
It must be hard not having any freedom.
It's bloody awful. But you get used to it.
And you've had a lot of practice, of course.
What do you mean?
Well, taking away a person's freedom as punishment is what this place is all about. But you've never really had any freedom since you were a child, have you? There have always been fears there to restrict you. Now, if you don't learn to overcome those fears, you'll always be a prisoner. Now, work with me, understand, and you'll learn to excel within yourself. Get some self-pride. You and me, Paddy. What do you say?
Okay.
I'm buggered if I'm going to bust a gut if it gives us enough workers again.
Yeah, you'd never expect there to be a labour shortage in this establishment.
Well, never was until the freak started throwing her weight around.
Yeah, what is with that lady? She seems to zap people around all over the place.
I'm just trying to get us off balance, that's all.
God, thank God I'm getting out of here today.
If the freak catches you doing that, you'll be in here another day.
Oh, you're kidding.
Hey, Lil, take a breather, will you? Keep an eye on the corridor.
Friends in high places, that's what I like.
Well, enjoy it while you can. My influence does not extend past that door.
Oh, you are much too modest.
And you are a con artist. Which reminds me to remind you about going to see Judy.
Don't worry.
I feel a real bum for not having given her a hand earlier. Yeah, well, fair warning. Don't come back in here until you have been to see her.
I am not coming back.
I'll put a reserved sign on your bed.
Oh. Oh.
Well, if it isn't Mrs. Morris, the ex-prisoner.
Stand up straight when you speak to me, Gaffney.
Yes, sir, Mrs. Morris, sir.
Shut your mouth. I am sick to death of your antagonism.
So what?
Now, you keep away from Paddy Lawson. You could do that girl a lot of harm.
What you gonna do, come and beat me up in the cell?
One thing I did learn when I was in here as one of you,
You were never one of us.
that sometimes a heavy hand is necessary. Now, you lay off me and you lay off Paddy. I haven't forgotten the little visit that you and your friends made me. Now, you get out of here before I lose my temper.
Well, Bea, won't be long before you're doing this for yourself.
I wish I was leaving now.
I'm betting on you getting out of here before the year's up.
What are you doing in here, Smith?
She was just helping me get ready.
Oh, a smart one, eh?
That's me, smart by name, smart by nature.
Are you looking for a charge?
Shut up, Helen.
You can be put on a charge any time until you leave this prison, Smart.
I know, but...
So, if you want to leave here today, I would suggest an apology is in order.
I'm sorry, Miss Ferguson.
Right. Okay, Smith, out. And you...
Yes, Miss Ferguson.
Get your things together and report for your discharge in 10 minutes. Smith, out!
See you, Helen.
Yeah. Good luck, Bea.
You're getting too cocky for your own good, Smith.
I hadn't noticed.
Well, you will when your parole gets closer, because you're not going to get it. I'm going to see that you stuff it up, but good.
Is that a threat?
I know you've got Mr. Faulkner working for your parole requirements. I want to know why.
And why this sudden interest in my welfare and prospects?
You are scum, Smith.
Miss Ferguson, do you know that all the women in here call you the freak?
You're my special project too, Smith.
Yes? Tony, what are you doing wandering around unescorted?
Oh, no, I wasn't. One of the officers brought me through. I just wanted to see you about soft toys for the house.
Oh, great. Sit down there and I'll make you a cup of coffee.
Right, thanks.
A few of the women have lost interest, but there's still plenty to do the job. How's everything with Judy away?
Some of the ladies would rather fight than talk. And there's one I got in off the street yesterday, Trixie. I think she's still on the game.
You'll find there'll be worse problems than that. Just don't let them bring their clients home. How did that interview with Tina go?
No good. That's one girl not interested in what we've got to offer.
You can hardly blame her. The last one you invited from here turned up dead.
Are you suggesting I had anything to do with Penny Seymour's death?
Oh, she's not, Tony.
Yeah, but you don't want to sound so defensive about it. Well, people will get the wrong idea. Now, I was merely referring to the violent lifestyles of whores. I can't imagine why anyone would go out of their way to have dealings with the likes of them.
It's a job.
Is that what you call it?
Sorry about that, Tony.
That woman, to use the term very loosely, makes my skin crawl.
Watch it, lover boys here.
Was he the one who,
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Say no more.
Just shut up, you two, or you'll both be processed straight back in.
Oh, good night, Mrs. Powell.
Good night, Neil.
Well, it's still a few hours before we have to start work again.
Yeah, how about a slap-up meal?
Miss Ferguson, would you mind seeing these two off the premises on your way out, please?
Certainly, Mrs. Powell.
At that place that I was telling you about.
Come on, you two.
Great, and I can work off the bill later.
Prison hasn't done them much good.
Yeah. And they will both be back.